Thank you for joining me on exercise 6E. I'm going to be looking at question 1C and 1D. And this is asking us to write down the quadrant and the associated acute angle when theta is 7 pi over 2. For part D, theta is 11 pi over 6. So let's have a look at part C, and we've got our y-axis and we've got our x-axis, and in the first quadrant we call that quadrant 1, and over here call that quadrant 2. I'll use Roman numerals for this question. Quadrant 3, and this is quadrant 4. So you see I've used Roman numerals instead of whether you say quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. Okay, so let's look at 7 pi over 2. Because it's positive, it's going in the anti-clockwise direction, so angles start at 0 and work our way around. Now if we go in one quadrant, that's pi over 2. We keep going, that's another pi over 2, we're up to pi. We keep going, that's 3 pi over 2. We keep going, that's 4 pi over 2 or 2 pi. We keep going, 5 pi over 2. We keep going, 6 pi over 2, which is 3 pi. We keep going and we get to 7 pi over 2. Now you can see that we've gone around one full revolution and then another 3/4 of a revolution, and that is the angle 7 pi over 2. Now, is it quadrant 3 or quadrant 4? Well, it's actually neither quadrant 3 nor is it quadrant 4. It is in the negative direction on the y-axis. And what is the acute angle? Well, the thing is, there is no acute angle that we've got. We could use that there is no acute angle because we've got, it's really like 270. It's negative another 90 degrees, another pi over 2. So there is no acute angle that we could sort of select that would represent that particular question for question part C. However, I noticed that some texts, I just thought I'd say this, some texts may say, well, we've just got to quadrant 4, and I'm not sure why they would say that's quadrant 4. I've yet to sort of establish their reasons for that. And they've used an acute angle as being, it's a 90-degree acute angle, but is it acute? Is 90 degrees acute? I was thinking less than 90 degrees is acute. So these are interesting answers if they've decided to opt to actually select a particular quadrant. So let's look at quadrant 1 part D, and we've got 11 pi over 6. This is a little bit more simpler and straightforward than the last question. And so we've got quadrant 1, we've got quadrant 2, we've got quadrant 3, and we've got quadrant 4. And let's have a look at our angle. We've got pi over 6. Now pi over 6 is like 30 degrees. So if we consider a clock, you might say that the values on a clock, the different hours they're every 30 degrees or every pi over 6. And so if we go back 1 pi over 6, back 2 pi over 6, 3 pi over 6, oh, this is not back, this is forward because it's positive. So in the positive, it's going forward. We're correct. Okay. Forward pi over 6, forward another pi over 6, 3 pi over 6, 4 pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, 6 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, 8 pi over 6, 9 pi over 6, 10 pi over 6, 11 pi over 6. Here we are. We're here. Where, like, if it was a clock, it would be like the 4 o'clock position. So we've got a quadrant 4, therefore theta is 11 pi over 6 is actually in quadrant 4. And what is the acute angle? If we take our triangle and go directly to the x-axis, we've got another 30 degrees, which is pi over 6. So the acute angle for 11 pi over 6 is in fact pi over 6. So that's the acute angle, is the angle that it makes to the x-axis, not the y-axis. I hope this has helped. Until next time, stay happy.